Hey guys, this is Scott Adams. Thanks for joining us today. Today we are going to speak with Lacey Harnar, CPA with HarnarMoll, about the COVID relief bill and how it might affect you. So stick around. You're gonna want to see this. All right, thanks. Welcome back, Lacey. I appreciate you joining us today. Lacey, why don't you introduce yourself to our viewers?
Sure. Hi, I'm Lacey Harnar with HarnarMoll CPAs. We work with small business owners and real estate investors. Our goal is to help you interpret the tax law so that you can minimize your tax bill and also dominate in an audit.
I appreciate you joining us today. And we have the COVID relief bill as our topic to discuss today. So actually, why don't we just jump right in, and this is going to be a learning experience for me too. So just tell us what we need to know about the COVID economic impact payment.
Sure. Okay. There's so many different changes just coming at us really quickly. And so keep in mind, depending on when you're watching this, it might change here in the next few days. But one thing that happened back in 2020 is that there was the economic income payment. And essentially what this is, it's actually a credit that's available to you on your 2020 tax return. But
and this was the $600 payment that was sent out earlier last year?
Yes. Okay. So it's $600 for individuals and $500 for qualifying children. So even though it's a credit on your 2020 tax return, they didn't want you to have to wait until you filed your 2020 tax return. So they went on ahead and just got, the checks in the mail, direct deposit, however it was issued to you. They wanted to get it in your hands because times were hard. So then just in the last couple of months, they had a follow-up payment. And again, if I'm remembering correctly, that was actually $600 per individual and also including your children at $600. So that should have been paid out the same way. But if for some reason you didn't get a payment, this was really common because if you hadn't filed a 2018 tax return or a 2019 tax return, you weren't in their system. So when you file your 2020 tax return, as long as you qualify based on those numbers, then you can go on ahead and pick up those credits, which will increase your refund.
Wow, that's good to know. I know a lot of people personally who either didn't receive it or were questioning if they qualified, and I know it was kind of a little bit of a hang-up. So that's good to know that if they qualified, they will get credit for it once they file their taxes. And I suppose that we don't know yet for the one that's I guess in debate at the moment, depending on when you watch this video. Right.
Yeah. And so they're working on a third round, and we just never know till it's right. Actually signed into law. But one fun thing about the previous payments is that if you received it based on your 2018 or 2019 numbers, and say when you file your 2020 tax return, even if you don't qualify based on your 2020 numbers, they're not gonna take that payment back. You get to go on ahead and keep that. So
it's just gonna be a grant. Oh, great.
Right. Yeah. And then another thing is, maybe based on your prior year information, they paid out what they knew based on those numbers. But say if you had a baby or something like that, that can always increase the amount due, and you'll just capture that when you file this year's tax return.
Perfect. Wonderful. Well, in that COVID relief bill, were there any other tax credits or things that people may want to keep an eye out for?
So many. There could be, hours worth of information here. One thing that I feel like isn't being talked about enough is the Families First Coronavirus Sick and Family Leave Credit. It's a long name. I'll try to sum it up here for you though. Essentially, if you were an employer and one of your employees needed to take off because either they had COVID or because, say, their children couldn't go to daycare or to school because schools were shut down, then as the employer, you were kind of the middleman and could keep funneling paychecks to your employees. And there's different criteria on how much you were going to receive as a credit. It could be up to $511 a day though. So it's pretty significant. That's for the first 2 weeks. But even if you are a sole proprietor, this is where I'm finding people aren't getting the information in their hands right now. If you were a sole proprietor and so you file a Schedule C, you can still qualify for the same credit. And it's just based on your net income. So for the first 2 weeks, if you can qualify for the sick leave, it could be up to $511 a day. But after that, for up to 10 weeks, it can be up to $200 a day if you weren't able to work because your kids were home from school or daycare. So significant credits available to you. And it's just so important that you know what's available and ask your CPA about it.
Yeah, that can be a huge impact to somebody's life. That's a lot. That can be a lot of money on the table there. So thank you for bringing that to our attention. So that's some awesome information. Thank you so much, Lacey. Well,
sure.
What a awesome little video. Can't wait to put some of these tax credits to use. So, I appreciate you joining me today. It was a wealth of information. I love learning on these little videos, and this is going. Not only did I learn something, I'm sure there are a lot of people out there and watching this video. They're going to take home a wealth of information. So, thank you again. I appreciate it, guys. Thank you for watching the video. Look forward to seeing you again. Again, I'll put Lacey's contact information below. If you need anything, you might be busy going into tax season this year, but as you're setting up your 2021 and 22 tax filings, she may be an asset you want to use. So thank you again, and we'll see you guys next time. Thanks.